Dan. How are you today?
Hey, Jordana. Good seeing everybody today.
Yes,
Yeah.
we are here again after a crazy first. Is this our first weekend? I think in the Christmas.
Yeah, we're in the Christmas spirit.
The Christmas
Yes.
spirit. Hallmark has gotten us back into our countdown to Christmas, and there were actually the fourth movie of the week is playing tonight on Hallmark, but there was a Thursday night movie, a Friday night movie,
Yes,
a
Hallmark
Saturday movie.
is up to their gills in Christmas time.
Correct.
Yes.
And we chose to watch Saturday night's movie, which was Mystic Christmas,
Yes.
or at least to review that one. We will be watching slowly the rest of them, but it's a lot of Christmas.
Absolutely. But this was a very interesting film, and it was enjoyable to watch. It didn't bring any tears to my eyes, but it was interesting.
I would say on your rating, what would you give this one?
I give it a 0 tear. I didn't shed one tear for this, but I enjoyed going to Mystic, Connecticut.
Yeah, and actually, I saw a tweet from somebody from Mystic, Connecticut. I think he was president of something, but he had said thank you. It was a great representation of Mystic, and
Yes.
so they were so happy that it was filmed in actually Mystic, Connecticut, and you got to see the town, the boats there, the aquarium. So I really enjoyed getting to see Mystic, Connecticut, and they actually brought in a little bit of our favorite movie, Mystic Pizza.
Mr. Pizza. I think the gentleman was from the Chamber of Commerce of Mystic, Connecticut.
Yeah.
And Mystic, Connecticut is really a very small little town. There's 4,000 people that live in that town. And it's something we all hear about Mystic, Connecticut, and most of us will never get there, and we'll have to think about making that journey one day.
Now, the cast and crew were great on this. I did like the cast. I thought they were, they had their little quirkiness, but I think that was part of the scripting of our characters, which was...
Yeah, they were very pleasurable to watch.
They were. Juniper and Sawyer, which Juniper was an adorable name we really liked.
Yes.
But the key stars of this one, I thought, in my opinion, who do you think the stars were?
The seal.
The seal, Peppermint.
Peppermint the seal, right? who was not feeling very well during the filming, but thankfully got off all right.
But adorable. Who would have known? Everybody wants a seal now, I think, because such a cute little animal.
We digress. We should probably get back to the film rather than the seal.
Well, the seal is part of the film.
Yes, but now you see why I didn't have any tears.
Right.
I think that the premise was really very good, and we've all experienced that in our lives. We go to a friend's wedding, we stand up in the wedding party, and we all know people who have met their spouses while standing up in a wedding party.
Right.
And this is what the story was about.
Yep.
The young man and the
Never
young lady.
returned an email.
Yes, they met, and they must have had a wonderful weekend at the wedding, and they never got back together again
Till 10 years later.
for 10 years. And that's not unusual. I mean, that's a story we all hear of.
Well, and she was holding a grudge that because he never returned the email, but we find out, there was other things. There was a draft and all this kind of stuff, and then it kind of goes into it with the text messaging in this one, second doubts and stuff. But Hallmark always gives us happy endings.
Well, the young lady and the young man were now 10 years later, and she was a veterinarian that specialized in aquatic animals.
Yeah.
And he inherited his family's pizza shop in Mystic, Mystic Pizza. And they had an interesting reunion and getting together, and they fell in love again after 10 years. So they were already in their 30s when they got back together. And then we ran upon this conundrum, this problem. And the problem was that he had never left Mystic, Connecticut, and she had traveled the world.
Every Christmas was the last 10 Christmases she spent in a different place.
A different part of the world. And she was off to South Africa, and she'd been to Europe and the Far East. and he hadn't left Mystic, Connecticut. And once they got back together, he announced that he was going to take a year off to travel the world, and she was going to move to Mystic, Connecticut.
For him.
For him.
Well, and for the job that his sister,
Yes.
who she came for, her best friend, was going to give her. But
It ended as all Hallmark ended. They fell in love at the end, and everything was great.
we don't want to give it away, but it was
sure.
good. This one, give or take, it was enjoyable. The animals, the penguins, the sea, the
That's right.
seals, adorable.
Yes, and it was interesting is that their names were, her name was Juniper, and they all called her Junie, and Juniper's sort of a cute name for a young lady.
Yeah.
And his name was
Sawyer.
So we had very unusual, very specific names, and we got to become part of their reunion.
Yeah.
And what's on for next week?
So next week we have again a lineup. Hallmark's giving us Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, Sunday night, really packing in the Christmas. So we're doing My Christmas Guide. Friday is Flippin' for Christmas. Saturday has Never Been Christ, which we saw the preview. And then Sunday night is the Santa Summit. So I think what we're gonna like the best and what we're gonna review probably is gonna be My Christmas Guide, which is about a gentleman who has lost his sight and is going to be looking for a
seeing eye dog.
dog.
Yes, that should be a real tearjerker,
I think so.
and I'm looking forward to it. And we're well into Hallmark's Christmas season, and we have El Nino coming, and so our weather patterns are all going to change, and some of us are going to get cold, wintry Christmas, and some will get nice, warm Christmas, unusual. But Hallmark will share it with us.
Yeah.
And so we look forward to seeing everybody. Have a wonderful week, and let's look forward to next Saturday with Hallmark.
Absolutely. Everybody have a great week.
Bye-bye, guys.